and welcome. I'd like to thank you for visiting us here at Evergreen Street Disaster Division. We're going to do sound synthesis check to see what's going on, if everything's working right, and we're fixing to go to a TNN update.
Cell phones, satellite phones, landlines, email, Blackberries, trios. I see you in your meetings all the time plucking away on your handhelds. But what happens when you want to send the same message to everyone in the field very quickly? You need to make sure it gets there, no matter what communication device someone might be using at the time. I have with me Nadia Butler, Director of Software Development from the company ESI. She's going to talk to us about communicating in the field. Nadia, when it comes to first responders, government agencies, enterprise markets, have you seen emergency notification requirements growing for all these groups?
Absolutely. We've seen emergency notification requirements growing rapidly for first responders, government agencies, and enterprises alike. In the aftermath of 9/11 and Katrina, the awareness and need for emergency notification has never been greater. EOCs, or Emergency Operations Centers, have long served as the centers for first responders and hospitals, municipal, county, state, and federal law enforcement and public works agencies. It's the place where they collaborate during incident response and recovery. And now we're seeing that enterprise sectors with critical operations such as utilities, oil and gas, transportation, telecommunications, and others are embracing the idea of using an EOC as they strive to ensure business continuity in the wake of any kind of incident, being a natural disaster, industrial accident, or an act of terrorism, for example. So the enterprises in particular are becoming increasingly concerned with ensuring business continuity and implementing emergency readiness and response plans.
I know you announced an agreement last week that could enhance emergency communications in the field for a lot of folks. Tell us about that.
Well, notifying first responders and public works agencies and others quickly in a crisis in the field has always been a challenge. But as you mentioned, now we have a multitude of platforms, and that only makes it more complicated. ESI is addressing this need through our new agreement with MIR3. We'll be developing a new product called WebEOC Alerts, powered by MIR3, that will enable the public and private sector emergency managers to quickly notify first responders and other personnel in the field. And they could be contacted regardless of what platform they're on, whether it's a cell, satellite phone, landline phones, two-way SMS, email, PDAs, whatever it is that they're using. And then once notified, these first responders will be able to share information through any web-enabled device using WebEOC. In addition, this enhanced solution will offer improved accountability through post-event audit reporting and provide detailed information such as who received what notification, what time, and how the response was executed. Enterprises with critical missions such as airlines and oil and gas or telecommunications and others are learning from public safety about the value of notification and will be using this product as well. This agreement follows very closely on our recent announcement of partnership with Stroll, in which we're providing incident management for their business continuity customers to give WebEOC even greater visibility among enterprises.
Okay, let's do a little dreaming now. You deal with emergency communication technology every day. What's your vision for 20 years from now?
Well, if I were really dreaming, then we wouldn't need to respond to terrorism and natural disasters anymore. But since that's not going to happen, let's look at what might. What is going to happen is the development of small web-enabled devices worn on the wrist, for example, with computer applications and connectivity well beyond the cell coverage of today. And how frustrating is it to you to try to make a call and then not be able to get the signal through? So in the future, the connectivity will be there. Notification and delivery of medical, hazmat, or any other vital response information will be combined with scanning capabilities, and will be easily available in the field with unprecedented sharing of capabilities over platforms such as WebEOC. There will no longer be any issues of interoperability, whether it's through standards development or just that the technology supports communication through any type of platform.
Thanks to Nadia Butler with ESI for sharing some current news and also some dreaming for the future. Interesting stuff. This is Susan Kim. You're listening to DNN Radio. This is Susan Kim. You're listening to DNN Radio, a of Disaster News Network. It's Monday, September 25th. In many ways, disaster responders, you're more accessible now than you've ever been. You've got cell phones, satellite phones, landlines, email, BlackBerry's trios. I see you in your meetings all the time plucking away on your handhelds. But what happens when you want to send the same message to everyone in the field very quickly? You need to make sure it gets there, no matter what communication device someone might be using at the time. I have with me Nadia Butler, Director of Software Development from the company ES.